everyone, for another great episode of Unstoppable Conversations. And I have Albert here in the house with us today. I'm so excited for everyone to hear what he has to say, and he has so much to teach us. Albert, would you please give us a little bit about you and about your business, and how in the world do you help other people?
Wow, Ladonna, that is a nice pitch for me to give your audience a pitch. My name is Albert Butler. I'm a CPA. And the fun thing about me is that I get a chance to truly help people, which is why I do what I do. I believe that accounting is the heartbeat of business and the true key to personal finance success. So when I say help people, I help you scale. I help you scale you. I help you scale your family. And then if you are a business owner, I help you scale your business. Because at the end of the day, I tell my clients all the time, we all have a number, and that number is what we have to pay in taxes as a US citizen. But my number, your number, and every one of your audience's number, it's all different. So you have to work with someone to help you find your number, because once you do, that's the true opportunity for investment for your overall business growth.
That's awesome, Albert. Thank you. So I know you have lots and lots of clients. What is probably the number one thing that you have to tackle right off the bat when you get a new client?
I will tell you the number one thing is normally the history, understanding the lead up history for where you've been and where you're trying to go. So I do what I call a personal observation where we don't even talk about your taxes, and we definitely don't talk about money. We talk about you. We talk about what you're here for and what is your true North Star that you're shooting for. Because once we understand your starting point, we can understand what's gotten you to where you are at that point. And we can unwind some things that need to be unwound. And we can exemplify some things that really need to have a success factor aligned up to it. So it's always important. We start with the person first to truly dive into what got you where you are and what's your current state so we can help you scale.
Oh, I love that, because, so many times when I went to talk to CPAs or accountants, the first thing they want to do before they even know my name is, what is your income? What kind of money do you have in the bank? Where's your savings? I don't even know you, and you're asking me all these personal questions. These
Right.
are important information that I don't give out to just anyone.
Right.
And Albert, to be honest with you, people like me, and I think I'm not the only one, I have no idea where my money comes from and where it's going and what's coming in the door. All I know is things get paid, and that's not a good place to be in. But I remember that's where I was at one time. And sometimes I find myself there again, and I have to regroup and start doing what I need to do, because guess what? The accountant can't do everything. The CPA can't do everything. We have to do our own homework, right?
That's right. So, Ladonna, I think that's another segue and a good pivot to really dive in on the point of doing our own homework. We're in an age right now where information is overflowing at this point. And because there's so much information at our fingertips, knowing how to ask the right questions to find out what that true homework really should be. So when you train on your own and get a chance to talk to a professional, now all you're doing is solidifying that training. One of my, I would call frameworks, or really my belief system, is called train, practice, work. You train on your own, no matter what you're doing. If you think about a sports athlete, they got to go in the gym and lift weights and get strong muscles and be prepared to one day go to practice. But you got to do it on your own. Because when you get to practice, you're at practice with a coach, a mentor, an expert, someone that is learning in this area where they can take your training and answer your questions. It's very difficult that when you go to practice and you have a whole bunch of questions that are foundational questions, not solidification questions. And that's where the actual magic takes place. Because when it's time to go to work, when it's time for the game, when it's time for the arena, you're going to go have a good time because you trained on your own, you practice with an expert, and now you get to go show off that training and that practice. And you have a wonderful time of excellence along the way. What happens with the reverse? Let's say you didn't train, but you went to practice. Well, you just waste the mentor's time. You just waste the coach's time. They got to start you from scratch. What if you didn't practice, but all you did was train? You go to the game, you go to work, you go to the arena with a bunch of questions still, and you're going to still make mistakes. So I always tell people, train, practice, work. That's the true opportunity to show your true excellence continuously all throughout your life.
Oh, that's excellent. So when it comes to being organized and figuring out where your money's going, and you have a CPA person or an accountant or someone that helps you figure out your taxes and those quarterly sales taxes you have to pay. You have all these different types of taxes that as business owners and entrepreneurs, we must pay or they will shut you down, period. And, I live in the great state of Texas, and let me tell you what, they want their money. I'm sure every other state is exactly like Texas. They want their money. So is there an easy way? Is there like a sheet somewhere, a cheat sheet where, we could just fill out and give to you, and then you figure out everything that needs to be turned in? Is there such a thing, or does it have to be this long stretched out, I have to learn a program to do it all with?
Donna, I want to answer your question two-phased. And is there an easy way? Is there a cheat sheet? Is there a template? Check the box. Yes and yes. Does it require discipline that's applied consistently to get a certain outcome? And yes, I can give you all the shortcuts. I can give you all the templates. I can give all those things to you. But if you don't have a business discipline about yourself, you're still going to mess up. I like to call it, it's a framework called the 5 muscles of enterprise. And with those 5 muscles, there's leadership, operations, sales, IT infrastructure, and accounting, the true heartbeat of all of this. Each of those disciplines require discipline, and it requires you to get a certain outcome that's been properly planned along the way. And the biggest piece of it all is when it comes down to the accounting aspect of it. No leader, no entrepreneur, no person that's in a position that they have to run an organization is going to be an expert in all these things. You're expected to find the right team, the right group, the right collection of individuals that are experts in their own right to give the leader what they actually need. You're the face. You're the driving force. Is your vision, your mission, your goals, your objectives that your team has to go out and execute. So the right way is to put it in the professional's hands where it needs to be and ask those questions that are going to allow you to be disciplined and consistent along the way. So yes, there is an easy way, but the easy way is to find out and know what you don't know and have the right team around you to support you in your success.
That's awesome. Several years ago, I wanted to try to figure out these magic numbers of my business because I've been in business several years and those numbers change from year to year, month to month, even sometimes day to day. And sometimes I've looked at the end of the month, and I didn't do this at the beginning or in the middle of my business. Just here, probably this last year, there's $6 going out here and $12 here and $34 here and $15. How many of those do I have going out? So one month I sat down at the end of the month, and Albert, you wouldn't believe that I had almost $200 worth of things that I could get rid of.
Right.
Get rid of because I've already purchased something else that would do some of these other things, if that makes sense. Because sometimes you buy programs that can do more than one thing, but you don't find those till later. But you have to remember to cancel these things out. Well, if you don't know your numbers, you don't know that you have all this extra money going out the door. And I don't know about you, but a couple of $100 will help me pay the water bill. It'll help me pay the electric bill. It puts gas in my car. I'd rather go out to eat with my $200 than give it away to somebody else. I hired someone and she was going to give me all these magic numbers and it was going to be easy peasy. All she had to do is me pay her. She would connect all my bank accounts, my Stripe account, PayPal, all of those accounts would all be connected together. Well, guess what, Albert? That did not work. I paid the money and my bank account wouldn't connect to this other account. So she wanted me to change my banks. Well, I didn't want to change my bank. I've been with this bank for 15 years. So why do I want to change my bank? And then to come to find out, well, every once in a while, I know, Albert, I know the chills are going to go down your back when I say this, but every once in a while, Ladonna messes up and I use my personal account for my business.
No.
And you know what? I don't think I'm the only one that does that. I used to just commingle all the time. And then I've learned over the years, it makes it harder at the end of the year when doing taxes when I do that. And you can miss some things. So I haven't found that perfect scenario for me to help me do my taxes, but I know that there's people out there that has found it. I just haven't. That's why I asked you about cheat sheets. Is there a template? Because you know what, if I had a template like a Google sheet or something over here where I just put every day what comes in and what goes out and then gives it to somebody else once a month, that would be perfect for me, where it wouldn't be perfect for someone else. Right. But I haven't figured out that plan for me yet. So every month I have to sit down almost like a check register, like we used to do in the olden days, and just check it. This one in, and then get the old calculator out and start calculating. Because guess what? I don't know how to do an Excel sheet to make it all happen. I need someone to do that for me. So is that possible? Is that impossible? Is that not a good idea?
To do it yourself, is it impossible? No, it is not. I don't want your audience to think that I would advocate that you can't do it yourself. And I would even go one step further. It's almost advantageous if you do take a shot at it yourself. But capacity is real, and we all have one, where we get so overwhelmed with the day-to-day of not just running a business, also running a family, not just running a family, but running ourselves. So how could you possibly be expected to get all these other disciplines correct when you can become overwhelmed so quickly? We all do. So I would always advocate, find your financial professional to work with. This is the best opportunity. Because like I said before, as an American citizen, we have to pay taxes. It's a part of being in this part of this great country, and we all love it. But we have to make sure we find our right number. That's in some cases very difficult, because I actually had it on my desk earlier, but the tax code is so thick. It's so much. Ladonna, I'm a professional with that tax code. I read it all the time. I'm a professional with those at the taxing agencies. I have a direct number to all of them. That's my job. I'm supposed to have that. That's not your job. That's not those others in your audience. That's not their job. So it's always best to have that professional that you can talk to, and have that person that has a true duty to do right by you. That'll help align you. That'll help take worry off of you, and it'll help ensure that you find your right number.
So let me ask you, do I need to, if I wanted to hire someone, do I have to hire someone in Texas, or can I hire anyone in the United States, since I'm guessing a lot of it's the same? I don't know. Is that a crazy question? Maybe.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
It's not a crazy question. You do want to, if you're going to work with a CPA, you do want to make sure that they're licensed in your state. I'm licensed in several different states intentionally, because I do want to be a part of the board that's in that state, and I do want to be able to work with the professionals inside that state. So that's always important to know. But do you have to find somebody who's actually in your state? Not necessarily, unless you're doing state things that has state discipline, would require state ethics to follow. That's very, very important. It depends on where you are in your business life cycle, in the curve of that, and to make sure that you are aware of the rules, obligations, and the strains of being a professional business owner inside that state. The states govern all the board licensing, and it's very important that it stays that way. So it's critical to have that good person in your state to work with, and be able to have it's even one step further, have that relationship to be able to talk to them as well too, in some cases in person.
Absolutely. So is this something that, let's say we someone here in the audience calls Albert and says, I need your help. Is this something you help on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, or just does it depend on what they need?
Everybody has a different scenario and situation. What we do, we have customized proposals for everybody. The scope of work is going to be different. There are going to be some traditional things that you do for everybody, but you're your own living, breathing entity of how you move and how you earn the money that you make. So we want to make sure it's customized for Ladonna. So we can make sure Ladonna is getting what Ladonna needs, as compared to just giving you this cookie cutter, box cutter approach. No, coming to your CPA is like coming to your financial doctor. When you go to the doctor, you got to be completely exposed and tell them the truth of all the stuff that's going on with you. That's the same way of coming to your CPA. Come in and talk to me. We're going to talk about everything that's about you, because all those things that are about you is where you are from a financial perspective as well too. Those transactions took place, and you can normally see them through the tax return, through your bank accounts, and you can also see them if you have your own personal set of financial statements being created for you. You can definitely see it there. So it's always important to have that professional be fully exposed and tell them the truth, because when you do, we can help you scale. We can help you grow. We can help you do the very coveted thing that we all want to do, leave a legacy. And that's the important part. How can you leave your legacy and what you're really trying to establish?
Absolutely. This has been awesome information, Albert. You have given us so much to think about. And I want to say this with all the respect in the world to everyone. I'm sorry, Albert, I would not want your job. I know you love it, but I would not want your job because I'm not a money person. I'm not a finance person. I don't like it. I like making it. I like spending it, but I don't like to figure out the balances of it. It makes me a nervous wreck. And I used to be a math teacher, but a math teacher doesn't always make a great CPA or an accountant, because I don't want to learn the rules. Does that make sense? I don't want to learn, but guess what? I don't want to learn how to change the oil in my car either. I'd rather go pay the man down the street $50, let him change my oil. And guess what? I'm on the road within 15 minutes. Could I Google it? Could I go out to AutoZone and buy everything I need, come home, figure it all out through Google? Yes, because Miss Google, she is the smartest woman on earth. I'm telling you.
That's right.
But it's going to take me all darn day to do it. So why? So get an expert to take care of your money, people. Because let me tell you, money doesn't make us happy, but spending it sure does help.
That's right.
And that comes from my point of view. Other people may think differently, Albert, but I love going out and knowing that I can help take care of my family. An extra car payment here or there, or, rent or mortgage. Life is tough. Don't make your money tougher. So
that's right.
Albert, it has been absolutely fabulous having you in the house. Is there any last thing that you want to say before we go?
Two things, Ladonna. You mentioned two very powerful points: balancing and what money really is. That's what I tell people. That's what I advocate. That's what I educate. First, what money really is. Money is a tool. Money is a tool to acquire resources to help take care of us, take care of our family. That's it. So no one should ever make decisions based off of money. You should make decisions based off what resources that are going to help you achieve the purpose that you're here for. The second piece, like I mentioned before, accounting is the heartbeat of business and truly the key to personal finance success. There's a balancing that takes place. Accounting is beautiful in that regard because it's the science of balance. In every aspect of it, the human body's trying to find balance. Your finances have to find balance. The world we live on has to find balance. The universe has to find balance. We're always trying to find balance, and accounting gives us equivalent exchange of that balance, a true equilibrium on both sides, and that's the beauty of it all. I know I sound like an accounting nerd, but I love it, and it's something that pays dividends over and over and over and over again. So if I can leave one thing, everybody should know, accounting is the heartbeat of business and is the true key to personal finance success.
Absolutely. It has been fabulous, everyone. And until next time, have a beautiful rest of your day. See you soon on the next
Bye.
episode of Unstoppable Conversations.